back with Bobby and JJ Radio. This is our philanthropy show for the month. If you're just joining us, we spoke with Habitat for Humanity, and we learned a lot about Tech Bloc. If you missed any of that, you go to bobbyandjjradio.com. Be a fan of our show on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. We have some cool guests. That just is our final interview today. Here in the studio, we have Dominique, Denise, and Alejandro, all that work for this great organization, nonprofit organization called the Ferrari Kids. And Manny Diot was supposed to be here today, but he was under the weather. We were hanging out.
His Ferrari broke down.
No, I don't think that was it. I think it was something a little bit more serious than that. But Manny's a cool, great dude. He was actually on the cover of Business Insider magazine. We were at a function earlier this week. Business Insider magazine is a great magazine done by the Texas Nexus Group. I want to give them a shout out. We've actually had multiple people that have been on the cover. We had Tommy Calvert, and we were hoping to have Manny Diaz, but once he feels better,
I haven't gotten the cover yet. No, you're not going to be on the cover, I don't think. I don't think you have the face for the cover. It's more the back end stuff, but yeah, absolutely. So just want to give a shout out to the Texas Nexus Group and the Business Insider magazine, but let's jump right into the Ferrari Kids. Tell us everything about the Ferrari Kids. What are you guys about? What are you all doing here in the San Antonio metro area?
So, as you may have heard, we help kids coping with cancer and other illnesses make them feel like celebrities for a day.
Sure.
So, the overall goal is that we want to allow kids with other chronic illnesses, as well as primarily kids with cancer, to make them feel like celebrities for a day by capturing them into a Ferrari. We'll have a red carpet out for them to whatever events that we have specially made custom for them. And they'll be going out with the paparazzi. So we're trying to create them to allow them to forget the illnesses that they struggle with,
Sure.
so that they can create long-lasting memories with their loved ones.
And how was Manny inspired to start this, or how did it all start, really?
Well, it was really interesting because, when I first met Manny and first found out about the Ferrari Kid, I actually asked that question myself of, like, what really, led to him, of course, wanting to create this great organization for kids and giving back to the community. From what I've learned from him is that it all started, of course, he was a cancer survivor himself.
Sure.
He was diagnosed at the age of 7, and of course, through 2 years of intensive chemotherapy, which led to an accidental overdose. And then, of course, 48 surgeries later, he was able to overcome all the issues that he had dealt with through his health.
Right.
And one day, he looked at a Ferrari very recently on, I would believe about 2-3 years ago. He saw a Ferrari parked out in the parking lot, and he left his business card and wrote down for the business card if the owner of that vehicle would give a kid with cancer a ride for the day. 2 weeks later, the owner of the vehicle called him on his cell phone number and said, "When can I give a kid a ride?"
That's awesome.
So good thing you didn't see a Pinto in the parking lot.
Yeah.
We'd have Pinto kids, right?
Yeah. We call Bobby the El Dorado Kid, but that's for different reasons. Yeah.
Oh, really?
No.
So that's just how it started. It was just an idea. He was walking through, a parking lot, saw a really awesome car, and he said, "You know what? It'd be a good idea to kind of spread that enjoyment to some sick kids."
Actually, so he grew up in Spain, and so as a young kid in an impoverished neighborhood,
Right.
he saw, a Ferrari as a child, and the guy wanted to take him out on a ride for it or whatever, and he was just, so that impression stayed with him.
For sure.
And so I guess many years later, when he saw the Ferrari and asked, and, I think everything just came out, he remembered as a youth how great it felt to see that car.
Absolutely.
And, even now, young kids are awed by, when they see an expensive import. And
So am I.
so, yes. So I think that's what, the whole concept is to take the kids, away from chemo, radiation, needles, hospital stays, and remind them that they are still, in fact, kids, and to give them that all moment. So whether it's with a vehicle or a shopping spree or, a day at main event, whatever it is we can do, to make them remember that they're kids and to create lasting memories that their family is going to cherish for a lifetime.
So these red carpet events, they're just whatever the kids wanting to do. Like, let's say main event, have a day at main event. You do a big red carpet thing, and you pull up in the Ferrari, and he comes out, and there's people taking pictures and stuff like that. That's awesome.
Right. Or there's NFL camps, or we take them to meet Spurs players. I mean, there's like over 40 games in the next season. and
I
it
want to be
will
a Ferrari
take
kid
kids.
now. I want to be some Spurs players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where do you get the cars from? Is there a Ferrari dealership that helps out, or is it individual people that own Ferraris?
Local Ferrari owners.
Well, the issue with the Ferraris is that Ferrari Club of America has a South Texas chapter, and the president for that organization is Mark Miller. And so he's one of our board members, as well as he's been an avid supporter of our organization. And of course, the vehicles will meet at the Ferrari dealership in San Antonio off of Barrett Motor Dealers.
Yeah.
And Enver Kaba is the general manager of the dealership, and he's also a firm supporter of the Ferrari Kid as well. And so, without their support, none of this has been very possible. But it's amazing that they are willing to also donate all their time into coming out. And how this has also happened is that every first Saturday of the month, they meet at the dealership, and then of course on an average they will have about 15 to 20 Ferraris lined up on the dealership, and that's how we were able to take the kids through Mark's leadership as well as Mr. Cabas, and then that's kind of how everything pieced together with partnering with Manny.
Great.
It's worked really great. So what they do is they'll say, how many kids for your next event? And we'll say 15 or whatever. So then they reach out to the local Ferrari owners and say, hey, we need 15 cars. And they just step up to the plate, and it's been wonderful.
And what kind of kids are you working with as far as, the different kids here?
Well, when we first started, it was just kids with cancer. And a lot of people still think we do only cancer, but it's all types of kids. Autism, just all types of sicknesses.
Anyone that's in need in that regard.
Right.
And how do businesses, or how can people get involved to help out and be a part of this great organization?
Well, we're doing something right now called the Heroes Challenge, and it's a 30-day challenge to raise as much money as you can with the help of your inner circle of family and friends. So say it takes 500 to sponsor one kid, so you would get maybe 10 of your closest friends, family to give you $50 each, and it's as simple as that.
So it's about $500 to sponsor a child.
Yes.
To have this experience with Ferrari, with the red carpet, in some kind of event, whatever they're into, or what what they wish to do.
Yes.
That's not bad. $500 is nothing, actually.
I'll do it. They let me drive it.
No, they're not gonna let you drive it at all. That wouldn't happen. So if anyone wants to get involved, they can reach Denise at ferrarikid.org. Denise at theferrarikid.org, or you can contact this great organization at 210-763-6292. Again, that's 210-763-6292. Or of course they have the website theferrarikid.org. And I want to say thank you guys for coming. I think it's a great thing that you guys are doing in the San Antonio metro area. We loved all of the philanthropy people that are on today. Habitat for Humanity, we want to thank them. We also want to thank Tech Bloc. If you missed any of the show, you go to bobbyandjjradio.com. We'll see you next week.